morning. Somebody's here already.
You say what? Good morning.
Somebody's here already. Good morning, Johnny.
You see Johnny
Did you figure out the mute on that?
on what?
Yeah, you did because I don't hear us.
Yeah, no, it was. I was just talking about for that video.
Oh. Anywho,
Yeah. Good morning, Artika.
oh, good morning, Tommy.
You doing all right this morning?
I don't know yet.
Still making it.
Well, these kids,
These kids.
I'm nervous. That's why I say I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where is your list? Did you send me a list of
I did
ID?
not send a list,
All right.
but I thought you had a drive going.
I do.
Where is it?
The one from last week.
Oh, you didn't update it.
With what?
Stuff that happened this week.
All right, so this is gonna be a short coffee break.
No, it's
Not gonna
not. I
make it
got I
to the
got some
hour
stuff.
mark. No, because you starting early.
I'm starting with it.
That
Oh. Hmm. Um. Let's see. Let's start with the USA. Did you hear about that?
I don't know what you're
The
talking about.
USA is playing for third place now. So I want to rewind a
I
little.
need you to give me more words than that.
I'm sorry. So every year, I think it's every year or every other year, something, you have the FIBA league, the international basketball.
Okay.
And so the US, of course, didn't have the top tier players. They had some of the top players, some of the top young players, right?
hmm
To
Why'd
come
you
in.
say, of course? Like we just say.
We never, it seems like every other time there's a US team, we don't put the top players in,
hmm
right? And so this time is no difference. I think Anthony
And
Edwards,
it's this time of year.
yeah, like
That makes
it's
sense,
going
though.
on now.
That makes sense.
Why?
If I'm about to go into my season, I'm not about to get hurt messing with y'all.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, but the reason the dream team was produced was because we went on the world stage and got embarrassed, right? Because USA is supposed to have the best basketball because of the NBA. That's the premier league for basketball. Everybody wants to play in the NBA. But then when we get hit the world stage, we don't win.
hmm
So it's like a dig at the NBA, right?
Okay.
Can't have that. So
Okay.
this year, um, they did that. Top young guys that's gonna come in and play, which makes sense, like you said. Um,
Good morning,
Good morning.
Deshauna.
I think the little Townsend is up. Um, so this year, I don't know what the team, who was on the team, right? But I know Anthony Edwards was the first, like, he's a superstar in the making.
hmm
He's like a superstar, but just one. Superstar one. Like, and it goes up to like three. So they coming in third place. They got beat by Germany.
I don't know anything about basketball outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
Granted, I do know people that have played basketball overseas. Again, I don't know anything about basketball outside of the U.S. So, I'm sorry, the U.S. and Toronto.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, it's like basically the other countries.
No, I get
Oh,
it.
okay.
I get that part, but I'm saying like I don't know. Like, are these teams good? Are these teams not good? Like, I don't know any of
Well, I
that.
mean, like like none of us do, right? Coming into it, we only know.
Well, no, there are people that keep up.
No, I'm saying we know their players, right?
hmm
And the way they put their players together and stuff like that. It's it's disappointing if US don't win the gold or first place. The big debate about it, right? The big slap in the face is Noah Lyles. We talked about him. He's the fastest man from the world championships. You know, he has that title now, right?
Mhm.
Um, when he did his press conference after the world championships, he was like, I don't understand why the NBA say they're world champions and they
Don't compete on the world
don't
stage.
compete. The NBA championship is not a world stage. Yes, they have international players.
Not just the city, the
Yeah,
world,
the
Craig.
world. They have international players, and
Mhm.
see that's the debate, right? That because you have international players, does that make you world champions?
No, because you're not playing the world.
No, you're playing the city, the different teams developed in this country
Mhm.
because everybody has to come here. Now when they go to the FIBA championships or the play in the FIBA league, we coming in third place. Now technically whoever wins, in which I'm not sure I'll figure it out by the end of the day, by the end of this, who's playing for first place,
Mhm.
first and second place. We're actually playing Canada for third place.
Okay.
Um, they can consider themselves the world champions. But I mean, like it just addresses his point, right?
Mhm.
Because on the world stage, when country versus country is there, um, that's what it is, the representation.
Okay.
Because when Noah Lyles runs, he represents USA.
Mhm.
When um Shelly Ann Fraser runs, she represents Jamaica.
Jamaica.
You know, I'm trying to think of people you may know so the conversation doesn't go too far. Cause
You've given enough examples.
okay, cool. So
I understood it before
no,
your
I knew you
examples.
did, but it's like it's what's your thoughts on that debate? Like you kind of
I
agree
mean,
with me,
what he said is true. You, I can't be like these are okay. Something easy like podcasting, right?
yeah,
You can't say that you have the number one podcast in the world and you're only surveying a list from listeners of a certain city.
yeah.
It's just
It doesn't. You can't do that.
mm-mm.
That
You can
makes
have the
sense.
number one in your house,
Yeah, for sure.
but not the city, not the world, or not the
Of the
world,
world,
not the
Craig.
U.S. Not well, no,
Of the
I
world,
don't know.
Craig.
I don't know how I'm trying to use this
Of the
analogy.
state. You can't like like your I guess your area, right? Your survey area
Hmm.
has to be it only represents what you're surveying.
Hmm.
Like since I
That's
was
why I be getting upset with the the presidential. What do they call it when they poll and do like the favorable, like who likes the president, who doesn't? You
mm-hmm.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I'd be like, they ain't asked me.
right. Right.
And I get surveyed for a lot of random things.
I do too.
And they
I don't
don't
never take it.
I do. That's what
Do
I'm
you?
saying. I've been surveyed, but they'll never ask me how do I feel about the president and what he's doing.
Yeah.
They be like, first 100 days in office, how's he doing? This is what America says. I don't know nobody that got asked this question.
Yeah.
For you to be like, this is America. Which part of America did you ask?
Right.
So I agree. Hard to be a world champion when you're not competing against the world, when you're just competing against the US and Toronto.
With international players.
Well, I don't even count that because when they playing, they're in the US.
Yeah. Dog, you know what's hard? I just Googled FIBA who's playing in the FIBA championship
Mhm.
and they still ain't told me.
Mm.
That's the thing. It's like the care
Mhm.
if USA is not there. You know, um, I don't know a lot of people that just watch this basketball league, um, because it's almost as if it's like the Olympics or how we had the World Championships for
What was the light just doing?
I don't know. We have the championships for track and field, it's
Mhm.
almost like that. It just doesn't come out all the time, so we don't watch it.
Mhm.
Um, oh, who is playing for the championship?
It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna watch it.
Oh, Germany will play Serbia.
Okay. And
Ain't they from the same country? Not the same continent. I'm not a geographist.
Lord knows you couldn't get the U.S., so we not gonna even try
Yeah,
to
man. I
tempt
just
you
like
with
dog. It started getting a little
other
testy with
contents.
me trying to figure out.
That Delaware just messed you up.
It really did. It really did. It's a brown state.
Brown.
Tennessee is a brown state to me too.
I
Because
don't know
when
what
I
that
when I
means.
learned the states as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
good morning, Dub. When I learned the states as a kid, the states were in colors, right?
Oh.
It was a puzzle. So the
Oh.
puzzle was like had Tennessee is brown. Good morning, Irene.
Good
Tennessee is
morning.
brown. Delaware was brown. I think Idaho was brown.
But you know where Idaho is, right?
It's up there on the left.
Okay.
It's at the top on the left.
Okay.
And it's the one that's in between Washington. I know where Washington is. And then Idaho like comes down. And then it's like
Look,
Montana that
let's
sits in
let's
the
let's
in
not.
the in the stomach.
We're not gonna do this. We're
Okay.
not. We're not doing this. Nope, not
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, that part.
Okay.
Uh so yeah, man, once you get past like if it ain't the southeast, I get a little bit confused.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I mean, I can go up there, 'cause I know Virginia and Kentucky, and you know,
Do you know like the states that you've been to where they are up there? Because
yeah,
I know you've been to Maine.
yeah.
And what else have you been to up in that
Uh,
area?
you got
Thank you, J Dub. Please.
you got Maine,
Uh huh.
then you got Connecticut that looks like a pistol.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay.
Connecticut's not a pistol.
I don't know. What I'm asking you is, do you know? I'm not asking you to tell me.
It's Vermont's up there. Uh,
Okay,
I
don't worry
can't tell
about it.
you where Vermont is.
Don't
So
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
really can't tell you where Vermont is.
I remember this guy I went to high school with when he was going back to college to finish his undergrad degree before he went to law school.
Yeah,
J Dub said Rhode Island.
that's the pistol.
Okay. He took I think he took a geography class and he was doing like how the states got their shape.
Yeah,
And so he would randomly post on Facebook
that would be helpful for me.
about like why the borders are what they are.
Yeah,
Like of course, um West Tennessee,
yeah.
the border naturally makes sense being the Mississippi River.
Good morning, D
Once
Brown.
you cross this river, you're not in Tennessee.
Hmm.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah,
So he used to do that and I was like, I'm gonna go back and revisit this
yeah,
one of these days because I know that I'm obviously have kids and
yeah.
at some point they're gonna have to learn geography and it doesn't seem like you're the parent to help.
I'm not a
You're gonna be
geographer.
learning with them.
Yeah, right, right.
I
And
mean,
so
I
we
too will be
we
learning.
can learn together. I don't mind that. I
Okay.
don't mind because I love learning.
You do love
I
learning.
love learning, but I am not a
Said
geographist.
says the class
Yeah,
valedictorian.
yeah.
I love learning.
I do love learning. Um, Random question, and I thought about it this morning as I was listening to Big Crit. Um, what's something somebody has told you throughout your life, like before graduating college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 20, what? Let's say 23,
I
and
graduated at 22, but okay.
I think I graduated at 24 or 23, one of the two,
I think you were 23.
maybe. Um, Something that somebody has told you that you just stuck with you for whatever reason,
About like life?
like anything,
I don't.
like
Okay, give me yours.
like mine. I think crazy. It's not crazy, but I was just thinking about my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I can tell you everything about that night. We was watching a movie. Can't tell you what movie we was watching, We was watching a movie and we were just talking about. I was in college. I was like a freshman in college,
Mhm.
and we was just talking about just stuff, right?
Okay.
We always do. And she was like, she was having a surgery. That's why I came home
Mhm.
to, like holler at her and stuff like that because it was fairly serious. I think she was getting a kidney removed or something like that.
Mhm.
And she was like, take care of your family
Mhm.
first and foremost
Mhm.
before you do like everything else is gonna be okay, but make
Mhm.
sure you take care of your family.
Mhm.
And she was like, don't worry about her. She's gonna be okay. Don't worry about my mom. She's gonna be okay. But just
Mhm.
make sure you're good. And and that just stuck with me, man.
Mhm.
I think that's where I be thinking about like I tell people, hey, I'm a selfish person, but I'm a very shareable person.
Shareable. Mhm.
I'm a selfish and unselfish person at the same time.
Got it.
But no, that always sticks out to me when I think about certain things. I've been thinking about her a lot lately too. So
In the vein of that, my godmother
yeah,
used to always tell me, do everything. This how she said it too. Do everything you want to do in life before you get married.
did you?
I didn't. I didn't do everything I wanted to do
Why
before I
not?
got married. I mean, there's still more life to experience, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got married fairly young. I was obviously the same age as you. In the grand scheme of
Wait, time
things,
out. How old do you have to be to not feel like you got married too young?
like if I was getting married in like my 40s, like late 30s, 40s, I would have said, okay, I'm an older bride.
Okay,
Immediately walk away from a relationship that physical violence is involved. That's a good one.
that's a good one.
Um,
Man. That's like prime. Like, wait a minute. We
but
are
I guess
not gonna fight in here.
I guess what I think with that is there was a lot of things that I still wanted to experience and do. And there's been quite a few of those things that I've done with you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So before I got married, I only traveled once internationally before we got married,
Yeah,
right? I wanted to do more of that.
yeah.
I have been able to do more of that with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buy a house. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, but
she was like, do everything.
yeah,
She was like, you get your house. So if it don't work out, you got a house. Like that's what she
yeah,
means. And so I kind of pick and choose. I was picking and choosing where that was applicable
yeah,
in my life. And that did stick with me. Another thing, and it's not necessarily a thing, but it made so much sense to me, was my aunt, when I graduated from high school, gave me luggage. That is like her gift
yeah,
when you turn
yeah,
18 and graduate from high school. Get
yeah,
a nice set of luggage. And she was like, you never want to be the person that looks like they ain't been nowhere and can't get there.
yeah. That makes so much sense too.
Cause she was like, your friends gonna be trying to go buy stuff to take their clothes somewhere in when y'all gotta do something. And she was like, you might have an overnight trip, or you might just be going home. You need to be able to get your stuff home without putting it in backpacks and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I was like, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, makes complete sense. Now, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, dang, we got to buy more luggage because it's too many of us to fit in the luggage that we have
Yeah.
when we go out of town. So it's just, that's one of those
Yeah.
things. And I was like, that makes sense. That's probably going to be one of the things that I don't necessarily say that's going to be my gift to people, but it's something that you can pass on to someone else.
What's the most useless bit of advice that you ever gotten?
I don't know.
The craziest thing anybody has ever said to me about anything that sticks out to me the most is keep your hard hat on.
Was that Harold?
Yeah.
I was about to say, did you remember when he told you make sure you wear your seatbelt?
Yep.
And we was all like,
So,
what?
what is he talking about?
We're sitting in the living room.
Oh man, it's so many things that you can like, just bits and pieces of life that you've experienced that makes sense that you can pass on to people. And I appreciate those conversations. You know,
Hmm.
it's just kind of like a thing that you.
My sick leave at work is extra vacation days. You know, I had a manager when I moved back home after college. I got a retail job because I couldn't find a job in my field.
Yeah,
And I had a manager that used to be like, your sick days are vacation days too. So when I would like call in or like say I'm not going to come in, he had to turn in a schedule to the district manager. And he would write in, like he would have two schedules, one that he sent to the district manager when we were going to request off, and one that was actually the store's schedule.
yeah,
And so when he knew we would be off, he would be like, she not gonna be in. So I'm gonna get this schedule to the district manager. That way when I code her for sick pay, they don't be asking questions about it. So
yeah.
he made sure we used up our sick time.
Man, that's just funny, man. Sick days.
Like, so if you had just making it even numbers, say you had 2 weeks of vacation and 1 week of sick days, you had 3 weeks of vacation working with him.
Like you gonna be sick these days.
Hmm. As long as you weren't taking like a full week off at a
Yeah,
time, like you was just like, I need Saturday off.
yeah,
He would be like, all right, so you still gonna work you gonna not work your 40, and I'm gonna
yeah,
take 8 off for Saturday.
yeah, yeah.
So you'll be cool. You'll still get
Um,
your full check.
thinking of sick, a man, and if you're eating something, you probably want to stop. But Delta had to turn around this week.
You sent me that and I didn't open it up. Like I
uh,
just read the
this
headline.
man, this man, basically, I saw the video. Like, I don't know how long it takes to get to Barcelona. They were going to Barcelona. They flew out of Atlanta, and 2 hours into it, they had to turn around because this man had diarrhea and walked up the whole plane trying to get to the bathroom with diarrhea coming out.
That's disgusting.
That is nasty. And so they had to take their time to get back, get the plane clean. Like it was an 8 hour delay.
I would have been so pissed
Oh,
off.
I'd have been mad, man. They did get to, dude was okay. They did get to Barcelona, but it was an 8 hour delay from having to flip the plane.
Maybe I'm a butthole because I never thought, is he okay?
Nobody, like the whole time I've been sitting on this story, never thought was dude.
I mean, you just said it, but
I was like,
it must have been violent. Had to be like you didn't know you had to go?
like, bruh,
Or were you like
I can make it, but you got so long to go.
no, but like were you like sitting there? Well, he said it was 2 hours in, so it wasn't like this happened when they was like, let's go through these are the exits.
But like you can kind of like look at it and be like, okay, all right, I may have to poop.
I am so thankful that I have never had to go through that.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna lie, bubble guts strike,
yeah.
right? But they've never struck before a flight.
Not before a flight, but I done had them strike up in the weirdest times.
I've had them before a road trip.
Yep. Oh, I know the smell was terrible. Had to be. Cause
Awful.
it was throughout the like on the video, they they went like I ain't gonna say the whole plane, right?
Mhm.
But they went like 8 rows up and you just see stuff on the floor.
That's
Oh, it was
disgusting.
completely disgusting. But
No.
it's like in that situation, what do you do?
I remember when I was pregnant with Lily and we flew to Detroit
Yeah.
and how much I had to pee. Like And I just refused to pee while we were on the plane because I was like, I'm pregnant. My belly wasn't huge then, but
Nah.
it was big enough to where I felt like it could like disrupt me from
Well,
properly being able to get in that
well, I
little bitty
know, I
bathroom.
know they allowed us to get on the plane first
Oh yeah.
because yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, I appreciate that.
I wasn't far enough. I think my cutoff for flying was like 2 or 3 weeks after that.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, J Dub, I try not to use the air. Like I don't. I've only used the airplane bathroom once that I can remember. But I remember like we took the. I think we took. No, we didn't take the train that time. We drove to the airport.
yeah.
So it was like I peed before we left the house. As soon as we got to the airport, I peed. We dropped off our luggage. I had to pee again. I was just like, I was peeing at every stop. It was like before TSA, after TSA.
Hmm.
It was like I peed when we got off the plane, then had to pee again when we got to the rental car pickup.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, my bladder, oh my God, I can't do this. And they was like, why didn't y'all drive? Who was gonna stop
Please,
that
please.
often?
uh, I had to like the most like un like timely place for me to have to go poop was when I got like hit in a football game,
And you had to go.
and soon as I was like, I'll be back.
It loosened everything.
Losing everything up.
D Brown said, even if this poor man was okay physically, he can't be okay mentally now after something like this. You can't be. Like, that's
Like
disgusting.
how you get back on the plane? Do you put your head down? Do you have a hat?
And then
Because
you can't go somewhere with somebody like Tommy because every time you got ready to fly after that, he'd be like, you got to go to the bathroom.
yes,
You good?
like we're not gonna go through this no more. Go to the bathroom. I don't have to. Go try.
That
I don't
actually
care how
happened,
old you are.
not the diarrhea on the plane,
Yeah.
but on Real Housewives this season, Candy had diarrhea on a flight from Atlanta to Portugal.
Oh no.
They was like she was up and in the bathroom like 3 hours of the flight,
Really?
and I think it's like a 9 hour flight.
Mm.
I was like,
You
mm-mm.
can't enjoy a flight like that.
I don't enjoy
What they do
flying
with
in
the smell
general.
when you go to the bathroom?
It lingers.
Really?
What you think
Like they
they
don't
do?
have a little fan in
They
there to
probably do, but even with that, the smell lingers.
I ain't never used the bathroom on a bus.
I've had to do that.
Have you?
hmm
I'd be I'd be like, I'd be damned if I do that.
I remember when the megabus first came about, and you could go to Memphis for like $7 from
Dog, you could
Atlanta.
go to Chattanooga for $1.
I remember.
I was like,
Um, but yeah, I had to use the restroom on the megabus once.
I like flying, man. I'd be nervous as I don't know what, but I like flying.
I hate landing.
It don't bother. I like that we land.
I don't like takeoff and I don't like
I don't
landing.
like turbulence in because man,
Jamaica.
yeah, on that little bitty plane, I was like, and then we wasn't sitting next to each other. We were sitting across from each other.
hmm
I was like, Lord, just get me home. Just get me home, please. Um,
I
s-
think I asked you on that flight. Did you want to hold my hand across the
I
aisle?
did. Yes, I would like to do that. Um, speaking of traveling
hmm
across the ocean, Florida man,
Oh, he was in Florida.
Florida man arrested after trying to cross Atlantic in human powered hamster wheel.
And I'm the one that sent you that and didn't
And
read
it's
the whole
and
story.
there's a hurricane on its way.
hmm
Frank. I was like, bruh, what is your problem?
He wants to die. Has to. Has to.
Let's see. A man from Florida who was trying to cross the Atlantic in a human powered hamster wheel was arrested by the Coast Guard. Uh, Reza Bellucci was 70 miles off Georgia when officers found him during a manifestly unsafe voyage. While Hurricane Franklin was headed toward the area, the Coast Guard said Wednesday in a statement on Facebook. The Coast Guard said, "Oh yeah." Anyway, the
That's the
vessel
same
was
sentence again.
yeah, the vessel was afloat as a result of wiring and buoys.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
They had a 3-day standoff.
I, I don't understand.
He displayed two knives and threatened to hurt himself if officers boarded, according to the charges filed in U.S. District Court for Southern Florida. He also threatened to blow himself up, at which point Coast Guard officers on site contacted the Navy to determine the location of the alleged bomb, but Bellucci later revealed that the bomb was not real.
You have to be.
Wait, there's more.
Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
It's not the first time authorities have found Bellucci trying to cross the ocean on a human powered vessel. In
I typed
2014,
in human power, and the first thing that popped up was hamster wheel.
in 2014, the Coast Guard found him 70 miles off Florida in an inflatable bubble during an attempt to run around the Bermuda Triangle. He is
I
charged
got
with
too many
obstruction of
windows open.
boarding. Court filings show he has signed the conditions of bond 250,000. His attorney has been ordered to appear. This is from NBC News. Last updated
I'm trying to pull
September
up the
7th. Man,
Where is it? I literally just had the Oh Lord, I done lost it.
man, like this story is wild. Because when he said pulled out a knife, we have guns. We're the Coast Guard. You gonna kill yourself? Well, shoot. Go right
This
ahead,
is the
brother.
human powered hamster wheel.
Yeah. And
Like
like just what it look first off in 2014 he wanna run around the Bermuda Triangle.
he just he wanted to see if he got absorbed. I
It's
don't know.
it's weird because it's like first off it's a Florida man. And we all know the running joke with that.
hmm
Um then you're on a hamster wheel and a hurricane is on its way.
You want to die.
Like what it like and then you threaten the Coast Guard. Like if I'm the Coast Guard officer, I know my job is to make sure people are safe in the water. And
Why are you making me do my job?
first off, you in this hamster wheel. There's no way that you're safe.
Mm-mm.
So I'm have to get you. I wonder how they got him off.
Mm-mm.
They had so he's in this wheel. I'm me as the Coast Guard is looking at this thing, and he's telling me if you aboard, I'm gonna uh, cut my neck or whatever. I got a knife, I'm gonna kill myself, or I got a bomb, I'm gonna blow it up. My instinct is like, go out there and do it. But my job says I got to talk him out of this.
I don't want to have to
He is
do.
trying to die.
I don't want to have to do my job in this capacity today.
No, like the
There's a set. There's a list of duties that they told me would be every day. Right.
yeah,
This wasn't on
this
the
wasn't one
list.
of them. Like people are trying to bring drugs into the country. Okay,
Hurricane.
hurricane is
I
coming.
get it.
Let me make sure.
Hamster wheel was not in the job description.
Can you imagine them pulling up on this though? Like, bro, what is this? What is this?
You'd
Is
be
this
like
a
this.
this
Whew, sir, what's going on?
right?
Let's talk about it.
Who couldn't be the other Coast Guard officer with you?
Nobody, literally, nobody
Good
that
morning,
I
Mona.
know could have like. If I saw this, I would be like, I didn't see this. This is a mirage. I'm about to go home. How many more hours I got in my shift? Because I
Man,
got to be back out here again tomorrow.
like
The hurricane is coming.
I wouldn't be able to be the officer to talk to this guy.
Exactly, Deshauna. He would have got left out there.
Oh man. All right, bro. Be safe.
Is that fun though?
in a fun way.
Is that
I don't
fun though?
like dude saying he wanted to run around the Bermuda Triangle tripped me out. Like in a bubble ball. Like I wonder how would it
Where did he
sustain.
start
He
to
started in
get to the
I think
Bermuda
they
Triangle?
found him. I don't know. Again, I am no geographist. I have no clue where the
No, but you get the question, right?
Florida. He left from Florida. Florida man. But I don't know which way you go to get to the Bermuda Triangle. And how do you know you're going in the right direction if
All
you're on
right.
water?
So Florida, Puerto Rico, Bermuda.
Oh,
Can you see it?
so that's the triangle.
Yeah, that's the. You see, it says it right there.
Hmm.
That's the triangle. Like, did he start over here?
Exactly.
Did he start in these? Like, what? You see
Hmm.
my question? Like, and
Yeah.
how far into this triangle did he
I
make
just
it in
I
this
just
contraption?
found out this week that there's private islands
Yeah.
um on like off the coast of Miami
Hmm.
that people actually like live there. Like it's one private island. I don't know the name of it. They was like your monthly thing is like 250,000.
Hmm.
I was like, God, what type of money you make to be able to
That's why they
afford
say
that?
people going to retire in Florida.
That's what they mean.
Yeah. Like they take
Sheesh.
everything they got and they go to Florida.
Nah, it doesn't sound boring at all. Oh, you're definitely on 10
And you be
out
like,
there.
you want to have a wild day? You know what would be wild to do? Go get in the hamster
Let's go
wheel.
get in the hamster wheel and cross the Atlantic.
Like
Like what happens when you get there?
you
Like
hopefully
what do
you
you do?
hopefully live to say you did it.
How you get back? You take the hamster
Mhm.
wheel back. That's a journey. I guess that's what they were thinking when the first person to travel around the world, like
Probably
in
the
a
first
plane.
person to get on a boat.
Nah,
You know the first
I
boat
ain't too
wasn't successful.
I ain't too keen on boats,
We
man.
had to work our way up to what we know of today.
Black people like didn't fare too well in, on boats crossing the Atlantic.
He just
Um,
trying to get to the Bermuda Triangle. He wasn't trying to go
nah,
all the
not
way
that was
around.
on the bubble. This time I don't know where he was trying to go.
I'm just saying, like, that was his path.
What else we got this week, man? Big news for me is that the Vols look good.
Hmm.
We look good. We play today, and
What time is the game today?
I'm not sure today.
Hope you make it back for it.
Oh, I'll watch it, listen to it. I'll find out. See the highlights. But big topic in college football was the Colorado. Um, I don't know what they are. Buffs,
Buffaloes.
Buffaloes. Okay,
The funny thing with that is,
Lou Young.
no,
You see his video?
no, I haven't watched this video. No, I was talking about for us, like you and I.
What?
The video that it was a short that I put out
Yeah. Well, when he
when
was originally talking
when
about him going,
Dion left was talking about leaving JSU to go to Colorado, and people were like commenting like crazy. This video's like 7, 8 months old now, and people are still commenting on it like we put it out yesterday and we're behind in the times. I'm like, y'all don't look and see
yeah.
what the
I
last
don't think
comment
they put
was
the
before
dates
you.
on there.
No, it tells you how long ago the last
Oh, it
comments
does.
were. If I saw the last person commented 6 months ago, I wouldn't be like, this is new.
That's funny. Yeah.
I'd be
So
like, I'm not gonna argue with y'all in the comments about this either.
so few highlights from the TCU game.
I didn't watch it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm pretty sure you know by now, and everybody else should know. But Colorado was unranked. TCU was ranked 17 coming into it.
Mhm.
TCU is the runner-up from the national championship from last year. So, and then come in ranked 17. That's crazy.
Was confusing as
But I get it. Their whole team, like that's basic. TCU is basically a different team this year
Mhm.
because their starting quarterback. I think they lost a lot of people from their line. on defense and stuff like that. So whole different team. So Colorado comes into TCU, um, and beats them 45-42.
Hmm.
Travis Hunter played both sides of the ball, 100
What
plus
do you call
snaps.
that score? A nail biter?
Oh, it was a good game. It was at the end though. You was like defense is like is out there,
Hmm.
like they just scoring on each other because they can
Yeah.
at this point. But it was a really good game. Um, Shador Sanders set so many records
For the
with
school.
for the school, um, and in the like for a debut,
Hmm.
on this stage. And so Travis Hunter played really, really good, set a few records. Dylan Edwards played really good, and true freshman set a few records.
Hmm.
Um, but to get past all of that, Coach Prime is gonna bring eyes to Colorado. Them coming out there and winning, um, in the fashion that they did, like how well they
I
played.
wonder what their version of giblets is called.
I don't know.
Cause I know they coming in hot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know they are. You know they are. But the
And
crazy.
well, to explain, giblets was what we called the girls that hung out at the athletic dorm when we
Yeah.
were in college.
Yeah.
That's the
Right,
PC way
right,
of
right.
saying it.
Um the most interesting part about their win is how much people talked. And
Hmm.
Coach Prime was like, "Do you believe now?"
Hmm.
You know, and stuff like that because I guess a lot of people doubted them. Like
Hmm.
I explained to Jay, I was like, I don't doubt that they're going to be a good team.
Hmm.
I just don't have anything to like. It's no footage of them,
Hmm.
or it's like the footage that I've seen.
Hmm.
They look good, but I
Right.
don't know how they're going to compare. So it's like if I was to bet on them, I wouldn't. I would
Hmm.
have to see something first. And so Coach Prime, like I guess a lot of people were saying they're not good, they're not going to be successful and stuff like this, but to come out and beat the runner up for the national championship, that says a lot
Hmm.
in my book. Now they're ranked, and
Hmm.
so they're coming in this Saturday today playing Nebraska.
Hmm.
It's a rivalry game.
Okay.
And everybody plays a little bit better when there's a rivalry game. And when if I was a college athlete and Colorado was on my schedule,
Hmm.
I'm gonna play a little bit tougher. Yeah, I was.
I
Me
was gonna
too.
say
That's how I
you
was
paused
too.
to
Yeah,
read.
I did. I was.
You
Yeah,
could finish the sentence. You was like,
right, right. It takes me a little time to read, so
I know you get
I
distracted
don't
so
read
easily.
fast, but
You
I
get
can read.
distracted so easily
I
too.
do. I do. Um, but no. So everybody's like, if I was an athlete playing against them, I would say I would play harder,
Hmm.
just because I know everybody's coming out here to see us and or see them,
Hmm.
but I want them to see me
Hmm.
because people can get their name out there by playing the popular person.
That's what happened with Bishop Sycamore.
Yep, yep. Prime example. You know, but no, I'm really rooting for them because it's hard to hate on Coach Prime and his teams.
Hmm.
Just because.
I
Good
still
morning,
hate that
Sharon.
he pulled out of the Southern Heritage Classic.
I honestly, I like that he moved on, but I hate that he moved on.
No, I'm saying I hate that he pulled the team out
Yeah,
because now it's no longer TSU and JSU, and that's just my connection to JSU.
and JSU, they played last week on ESPN, and they got beat 28-10. I want to say,
Hmm. Oh yeah, they definitely lost that game.
yeah, but
I couldn't remember the score, but I saw the highlights, and
yeah,
I was like, "These are not highlights; these are lowlights."
right, right. They, I just wish it was like the attention that they got last year because Coach Prime was there.
Hmm.
They're not going to get.
And he took so. he took a lot of the coaching staff with him.
He took the coaching staff and the players,
Hmm.
and
So
and which I get,
they
like,
are a total new team
right,
again as well.
and they have to restart, rebuild, and it's basically we were on this high
Hmm.
for a few years, and now we have to figure out how do we get back on that high without him. You
Hmm.
know, like him coming brought them some money and stuff like that. So it's you know, I don't think they're gonna be treated the same. I think they're gonna slowly go back to how it used to be. Like we barely see HBCUs on TV and stuff like that. But I
Hmm.
also think with Colorado, which for this game they said they've sold out the game and the tickets.
Something just flew into the door
Uh, I'm like,
like a
what is it?
bug.
What is it?
I heard the and I
Yeah.
saw it hit.
So the tickets are like, I don't know what the ticket prices are, but they went up.
I'm laughing at that because I really had flight alerts for you to go to this game.
Man, that thing. We were going.
No, you were going.
Yeah, I was going, but the game
The rest
wasn't.
of them it sounded good. You were going.
Yeah,
The rest of them it sounded
yeah,
good.
yeah. So maybe next year. But no, I'm real excited for the Colorado Buffs and Coach Prime and the team. I'm looking forward to seeing Shador play. I'm looking forward to seeing Travis Hunter play.
Hmm.
Um, because I think Travis Hunter is like, I don't know how long he stays in college to play football.
Hmm.
You know, it like I just don't. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. Um, yeah, they play Nebraska today. Coach Prime is doing it, like he can motivate you to go do something. You
Hmm.
know, just by listening to his stuff and
Hmm.
what he says, and you know what I'm saying. And so, that's one thing I like about him,
Hmm.
and he's gonna bring the eyes.
Yeah.
The other crazy part about Colorado is they win today, they have a successful season. They have tied the record of last year by the one win.
That's unfortunate.
So if they win today, they are moving in a positive direction. So that's the crazy part about, like, the bar is so low for them to have a successful season.
I
You,
ain't gonna say it's successful.
no, no, no,
It's
no.
just better.
Yeah, better season. But in the eyes of a athletic director,
Hmm.
if we are better than last year, we're having a successful season. If we sell more tickets than we did last year, we're having a
But
successful
they've
season.
already sold more
They've
tickets.
already outdone what they did last year.
Hmm.
And what can you say? Nothing bad. So, shout out to Colorado. Just if they ever play Tennessee, I hate it for you because I can't root for you. I want you to play well, but I would want you to lose that game.
Yeah.
But anybody else is fair game. Um, Speaking of college football, Javon Dexter is suing. Hold on, let me pull up this article. So,
Good morning, D.
good morning, D. Former Florida football defensive lineman Javon Dexter Sr. has filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court in Gainesville, contending a future earnings clause in a $436,485 name, image, and likeness deal (NIL) deal he signed in May of 2022 violated the state NIL laws. Per terms of the deal that
Good
Dexter
morning,
signed.
Chanel.
Oh, good morning. With Big League Advance Fund 2 LLC, a company based in Wilmington, Delaware,
Hmm.
Dexter would forfeit 15% of his future NFL earnings for the next 25 years. Dexter signed the deal in May of 2022 before the start of his junior season and declared for the NFL draft in December.
Hmm.
He was taken in the second round by the Chicago Bears in last April's NFL draft. Um, His Tampa-based attorneys contend that the contract is void because it extended beyond the terms of Dexter's eligibility as a student athlete. The agents representing Big League were not licensed in Florida. Let's see, give Florida athletic director notice within 72 hours of the agreement. They failed to do that. There's another violation. Um, let's see, and pass breakup while playing on the NFL deal. So, basically, he's suing them because he signed a contract to give them 15% of his pre-tax earnings
For
from the for
life.
25 years. And
That's life when
he's a defensive lineman. He probably got top 15,
that's what I'm saying.
and
That's life.
I'm
That's the
pushing
life of
15.
his career.
Yeah, for his whole career, for 400. They stand like, I don't know how much his contract is for
Hmm.
with Chicago, but let's just say it's a million.
Hmm.
What's 15% of $1 million?
Hmm. Aren't you the money man?
I don't have my calculator.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone.
Yes, he should have read the contract. Thank you for liking the, yes, you liked the video. But
Hundred
thank
and
you
fifty
for
thousand.
$150,000
Mm-hmm.
a year
Mm-hmm.
times 15 is what?
2.2 million.
So
Two
they
million 250,000
so they gave him $436,000
for two.
for 2 million
If he could
if
last
he
that long.
played 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
He only has to play like if his contract is $4 million.
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume that it is.
Mm-hmm.
He only has to play for 2 years is 300. So 3 years you get 450, or yeah, 500.
So his deal was 6.7 million with the Bears. That includes a $1.8 million signing bonus, 3.6 million guaranteed, and then he has an average annual salary of 1.6 million, which they're taking 15% of that. And this is the 4-year deal.
This is before taxes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Um, So they already, and they gave him four
They
hundred
already
thirty
gave
six
him the
million. I mean four hundred
436.
thirty six thousand.
Yeah.
So in 4 years, taking away what they've given him
Yeah.
already, they still clear almost $600,000, like five
Right.
hundred seventy two
That's
thousand.
that's ridiculous. So it was illegal is what the lawsuit is saying, like because they wasn't licensed in Florida to do the deal, because they didn't give enough time for the AD to look at the deal, which makes sense. Like, hey, let me look at this, because kids are
He was
like,
just looking at it like they finna give me 400,000
right, like dangle 400,000 in front of me
in front
at
of
at
grown people.
21 years old.
No, I mean like you dangling in front of somebody that's 50 years old. They gonna be like, "Where
You
I sign?"
you can't dangle $400,000, and you can't dangle anything that considered with money in front of me today. Because the first thing I'm gonna do is let me read over it.
I'm gonna call every attorney cousin I got.
Man,
Do you want to make some money?
let me read over this real quick.
Do you want to make some money? I need you to look over this for me.
Look, I have to talk to my conglomerate and see what the group says, what their thoughts
I'm
are.
reading through it. I'm taking notes. Then I'm taking it to a cousin
Yeah.
and being like, "Tell me if what I read is what you got."
Man, I'm gonna take it to some of my accounting friends. Be like, "What you think?"
No, I need to know legally what you
Right,
see
right,
that
right.
I see
But
and what I miss. Then we can start crunching the actual
yeah,
numbers. I need to know what it is first. And then after I know what it is, what's next?
but I would have saw 15% for 25 years, and I would have said no to that.
First off, I'm never going to play 25 years.
I don't want anybody for like, I don't want to have to pay anybody for 25 years. I've been trying to figure out
Been trying to figure out this mortgage.
Right. All right, what I gotta do so I don't have to pay this for 25 years. Like that's a long time,
Hmm.
you know? So, but yeah. Um,
I want to know what he bought with that 400,000.
cause you know he ran through it.
I ain't gonna say he ran
No,
through it, but I
I'm
know
gonna
he
say
bought something.
I'm going to say he ran through it because 400,000 compared to 6 million. Yeah, I'm running through that 400,000 because he got it. He signed the contract in May. Pretty sure they didn't give him just 400,000. He had to do some stuff to eventually get all of it.
Hmm.
Um, got drafted in April, right?
Hmm.
And so drafted, signed his contract by June, and I'm 6 like that's a gamble. That's not even necessarily a gamble on him, you
You
know.
already know, Mona. That mama got something.
Yeah, mama
For
got.
for all the cleats that she bought when he was playing Pee Wee football,
Mm-hmm.
all the way up through high school football.
Yeah, should that be the expectation
What?
that
You buy your mama something?
that you buy your parents and like something?
You know why we say mama.
Yeah, I know.
Goes back to that
Yeah,
conversation.
I know.
um about the parents a house would take that. Yeah. That 400, you buy a
Yeah,
house, you're done.
that's it. That's it. But you got to think about it. Taxes too,
Uh-huh.
and that's a capital gain, so they're gonna tax it more.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Um,
depends on how it comes out. Like I would be like, don't give it to me all at one time.
what was your question?
Um, is that a requirement to buy your
I don't
parents
think
stuff?
that it's a requirement, but I think that people do it because you're like, what's something that I can get for you from the sacrifices that you made for me, right? What if he got hurt then? What they lost
Yeah, the gamble is on the
on him.
the people that do the deal with them.
Yeah.
Like they lose their money.
But let's just say he makes it through that first 4 years. They're up 500,000. So
Man, he
they're
signed it.
fine.
He signed it when he got drafted. They were up
No, I get that.
because whatever it is that he gets
Hmm.
or does for 25 years, they get 15% of it from the NFL. Like if he got drafted, I get 15% of his pay.
Hmm.
I don't have to do anything.
No, I get that. That's what I'm saying. But like when he signed the contract and it was for $6 million, they had already cleared almost six hundred
Hmm.
thousand dollars.
Yeah,
If if he plays those 4 years and they get their 600,000, they have made enough.
yeah. They made a profit.
Now, do they want to say that this was like
It was predatory though.
oh, it's absolutely predatory. But there's so many things in our lives that are legal yet predatory.
I don't. That wasn't legal though.
No, I'm saying there's
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
things in our lives that are legal yet
Right.
predatory. And it's really easy to say, hey, I'm gonna give you this. Look
Yeah,
at everything you're gonna get in return.
yeah.
And if you all you seeing is dollar signs, you like, yep, all right, cool. You don't give me my 400.
400.
This is the
It's
most money I've ever had at
yeah,
one time.
right. But that's just. I hope he's able to get out of like the contract becomes void, and he gets out of the
The
contract.
contract becomes void.
Well, he's
Do
suing her.
do
He's.
they have to? I'm saying if. Like, how does that? Do they have to give him the money back, or are we calling everything
I
even?
would think that you would just call it even because the thing about it is the big thing that stands out to me is they were saying because it goes past his eligibility. Like he can't go back and play college football,
Hmm.
and the NIL deal is for players that are not professional players.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So because in the pros you can get sponsorships and stuff based off of your name and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But in college football and in high school, you can't.
Okay. So this is obviously fairly new. Wasn't around when we were in school.
Absolutely not.
And
So they
this
need to give
this just came about. I'm looking it up
they need to
now.
give Reggie Bush back his Heisman.
It just started in 2021, and it covers the endorsement deals, sponsorships, and other commercials, including birthday shout outs, autographs, appearances, and encouragement videos. So you can make a profit off of those. And they're like, all right, we gonna take all this money from it. I
Man, you hear my stomach?
I did hear it earlier. I didn't just hear it just now.
My stomach over here talking to me.
Mhm. You still got
I
uh,
got a few hours left.
I'm gonna say hour and a half. He needs to get a little change back too. I don't know. I'd just be like, call it even.
Yeah, I'll be like,
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
now, but yeah, I hope he can get that straightened out and he don't have to pay these folks 15% of what he makes from the NFL um, for 25 years. Because if he don't play for 25 years, what happens?
Nothing.
Yeah, so
But if they use his name, image, or likeness,
like, and that's the crazy part. Like he signed um his name, image, and likeness away for 436,000
hmm
for 26 years. Because when he signed it, then a year later, so crazy stuff.
anyway,
Uh, only thing I got left on my list is the Georgia DA versus Jim Jordan, and I couldn't find an article about it, but basically, Jim Jordan wants to investigate. I think her name is Fannie Willis.
Fannie Willis.
Fannie Willis, the Georgia DA who's prosecuting the Trump cases, and the 18 other people. But Jim Jordan basically was like she got a vendetta out and he wants to investigate her. But she's been going through a lot of BS. Like this past week, they was like she asked the judge, or the judge permitted that the jury's names and everything like are kept private. Like,
On a big case like this, they should be.
no, because like what it is they've somebody like some Russian site, right,
Hmm
has put out her like all her information about her family, like where she lives, where they go to school, where they work at, and stuff like that out on the internet,
hmm
and they can't get it pulled down because it's from a Russian site or something like that.
hmm
So, um, a lot of stuff has been going on with that, and Jim Jordan jumps in, man, and man, I wish I could find the article where she like responded to him.
hmm
She basically was like, "You don't know the law. You need to get your stuff together," and all this other stuff. So it's a crazy situation, and I hope they like she's trying to get everything done fairly quickly, which I get to be past all of this stuff.
hmm
But I think I never agree with like the stuff Jim Jordan says as a who's that? As
Lily.
Lily.
Hmm
I never agree with like most of the stuff that he says because he's always against the common sense.
She gotta be sick.
Got to. But anyway, we're gonna leave it at that because the kids are waking up. You got anything else?
Mm-mm.
Well, guys, go back and watch the beginning because we put our intro on the
Tell me
on the.
so proud of this intro
Yeah,
you
I
put.
am, man. 3M Media edited and produced it, recorded it. But go back, check out the intro. Let us know in the comments what you think about our intro. Like
Mhm.
it, share it, love it. Like this video, comment, all that good stuff. If you're not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube at August Love Story.
And like it on Facebook too, because
Yeah,
we're there live as well.
as well. And make sure you guys have a great weekend, man.
Yep.
We love you guys, and we are out.
We'll see y'all. Bye.
Peace.